Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today I am preparing for our chicken coop. So we're gonna have 15, I think, chickens delivered next month. And right now we don't have a coop for them. So hopefully gonna get the coop ordered today, and I'm gonna get the spot prepared for it. Probably not gonna get done today, but we'll get started on it. So this is where it's gonna go, right here. And putting it here because it's close to the house, close enough that I'm not going to be angry every time I got to walk out here, but far enough away that hopefully they won't be too bothersome. So what I got to do today is there's some water hoses, got to get that cleaned up, get this scrap wood cleaned up, and then I'm going to take these trees right here down. My plan is to try to push them over. I don't think the tractor is going to have enough gumph to actually push them over, except maybe those little tiny ones. But once I get a little bit of room here and get some of this stuff cleaned up, I'm going to probably wind up putting a rope up high in the tree and just pull them down. I don't know if the tractor will be strong enough to do that. I might have to do it with the truck. But I'd like to get the roots and everything out of there because this area isn't quite flat. And so I'm gonna need to do a little bit of grading and stuff and get it prepped and ready. So I don't really wanna have those stumps to deal with. So I'm not gonna cut them off. I'm gonna hopefully see if I can get them out whole. And that should make the grading process a whole lot easier. So that's kind of the plan for today. And we'll see how far we get. And let's get started. Move, y'all. Move. so we got all the trees knocked over. Went pretty easily. So I'm gonna show you what we've got. So we've got, let's see, 4 or 5 of them, maybe 6. So this was the biggest one. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to get it down, but wound up working out okay. So there's not a whole lot to that root structure, thankfully. So tractor did a pretty good job of knocking it over. So that's our second biggest one. Got a smaller one here, and then these 2 right here. And I've already got 1 or 2 of them on the pile over here. So now that they're all cut down, I'm gonna go ahead and get them cut up and get them piled up in this brush pile here, and then we'll start grading. I don't think I'm gonna get to grading today. I'm probably just gonna get all these things cut up and get them out of the way, and we'll have to worry about grading it later. Just got the chicken coop ordered, so it will be here. Not exactly sure when. I think it takes about a week or so. So we'll just have to wait on that, but we'll get it put up. I'll do a video on that whenever it gets here. So let me go ahead and get these trees cut up. got done. I still have a lot of grading to do, but you can see it's at least all clear of trees and got all the big stumps out. There's still a lot of root there, but hopefully we can get most of that out with the box and the bucket, so we'll see. But this is kind of where it's going to go. I haven't figured out exactly where it's going to sit yet. I'm probably going to set it a little farther over that way than right on, centered on where I've been working. I drive through here with the truck sometimes, and I bring the tractor through here a good bit, so I don't really want to block this off. So I'll probably set it over there a little bit, but I think it's 18 feet long if I remember right from what Lindsay told me. So we'll see when it gets here and kind of get it laid out, but I'm going to go ahead and get it graded within the next few days, hopefully. I got to work tomorrow, so it won't be tomorrow, but it would be nice to get it graded and get it ready. So hopefully we can get that done pretty soon, but I'll get all that on video for you guys, and we'll have the coop soon, and we'll get you a video on that. So anyway, stay tuned, and we'll see you guys real soon.